Hey folks, Scott Grove here once again. I had a lot of people ask me to do a blues bass guitar video. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to go right from the beginning. Okay, so right from the easiest stuff. We're going to even think that maybe you don't even know the regular 1, 4, 5 patterns. Okay, so what I'm talking about is your basic 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That pattern. Okay, we're going to teach that to you, and it's going to be the root of all evil as far as our blues bass playing goes today. Anyway, so what we're going to do today is we're going to actually learn the simplest blues bass lines up to some of the more complex things, from beginning to end. And we're going to do this in 1 hour. I guarantee it. It's going to be better than anything that you've got like 10 videos to do it. We're going to do it in this one video in 1 hour, show you everything. It's the beauty of pause, rewind, whatever you have. Okay, anyway, so we're going to take it right from the very beginning, right from the simplest bass lines, such as... Okay, so right from all of those things we're going to teach you today, even the faster stuff, your things like this. You know, those same old lines. But we're going to get you the basic blues stuff and the advanced stuff. We're going to teach every bit of it to you. Okay, so from square one all the way to the end in 1 hour, I guarantee it. So anyway, sit back, have fun. We're going to start right off with all the theory stuff. It'll take about 2 minutes. The rest of it is sheer fun. So anyway, it's time for the blues bass guitar video everybody's been asking for. Here it is. You guys have fun, and here we go. Alrighty, kiddies. This here's about all you're going to see of me for the next hour. Anyway, like I promised, we're going to go right through the theory. It's going to take about 2 minutes to explain it to you. This is the old do, re, mi stuff. If you know it, skip forward. If you don't, here it is. You're going to learn it once. You're going to learn it once in your life. Okay, whatever key the song is in, say the key of G, which is a great blues key. Everybody does everything in G. A lot of guitar players tune and open G and do their slide thing, so they love to play in G. So 90% of your blues songs end up being in G, so we're going to show it to you in G. Okay, I'm going to shut up, and we're going to show it to you. Okay, so if we go on the low E string, providing you have a 4-string bass. If you have a 5, it's the 2nd string down. Okay, so your low E string, 3rd fret, there's your G. We're going to start there with the middle finger. Okay, notice I'm not using any pick. Hopefully you're not either. If you want to, that's your discretion. Anyway, so what we're going to do is start in the key of G, and we're going to show you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, otherwise known as do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, that thing. And you have to know it. It is simply this. Whatever key you are in, that will be number 1. And that's what we're going to start going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. When we get to 8, 8 is going to be the same note, that same G note, but an octave higher. So starting on G, on 3rd fret, 5th fret with your pinky is 2, that's your A. Your 3, 2nd fret on your A string is B. Middle finger, 3rd fret, A string, C. Pinky, 5th fret, A string, D. You got D string, 2nd fret, 1st finger, which is E, which is your number 6, and number 7, which we'll talk about in a little bit, 4th fret, ring finger, D string. Okay, that's your F sharp, and finally pinky is G on the D string, and that is at the 5th fret. From 1 through 7, and then right up to 8, which is where we started, but an octave higher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? 1, Once again, just play along with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? Now you can rewind that as many times as you need to. If we were to do that in C, this song is in the key of C. You need those notes. Whatever key the song's in. Say it's in C. So you can go 3rd fret on your A string. Start there, do the same thing. Now that is 1. Whatever key you are in, that's where you start counting 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. Okay, so same as you were doing before. So C. Same notes, okay? And D, same deal. Learning forwards and backwards. Anyway, okay, so starting on our first blues lick, what we're going to do is your basic simple pattern, and then we're going to elaborate on it. Okay, so your simple pattern is going to be your 1 in the key of G, and most everything in blues is played on your right hand with double notes, like so. You know, that kind of thing. So it's almost always doubled, oddly enough. There's, of course, many occasions where you don't have to, and music is open to 100% interpretation. So make all this stuff your own. Don't stick exactly with what I'm showing you. Anyway, so this lick is strictly 1, 3, 5, and 6. 1, not 2, but 3, not 4, but 5, and 6. 1, 3, 5, 6. Those are the only notes we're going to be using for right now. We may pop in the 8, which is the 1. But that's it. That's all the notes in them for your basic blues runs or walking licks. So that whole lick again, everything is doubled on your picking hand. I'll put it here on the screen. So you're going 1 twice, then your 3 twice, which is your B, then your 5, which is your D, then your 6, okay. Now if you're going to be coming back down, which more than likely you will, once you get off of this 6, you're going to be coming right back to the 5. So you're going to do 1 note on the 6, 1 note on the 5, so you get this. Okay, so that's your basic thing. I'll give it to you with the drum machine. Okay, basic blues sound. Here we go. Drop the whole thing down to C. Going back to G. Going up to D. C. G. Okay, so now we're going to take that basic thing. What you saw is we were doing the exact same pattern in whatever we were doing. So we were actually doing it going from the 1 chord up to the 5 chord, or the 4 chord, I'm sorry, up to the 4 chord, which is your C. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then doing the same thing. Back to the 1, going up to the D, which is the 5. 4, this C, back to 1, which is G. Okay, Now, some of you know this stuff. For those of you who don't, the quick little thing we did coming out of it from the 5, 4, we're just going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You could even go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So the same notes from the G. 5. So the same notes from that scale that I showed you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Play them backwards, but just double them. Okay? And another thing you could do is to come up from it. You've heard this like a million times. So from the D, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, that type of thing. So if you're coming out from the 5, you're just stopping at the D, the 5, and then you're going 3 frets behind your number 1. Here's your 1, your G. So 1, 2, 3, which drops you off to an open E. So you're going, 2 notes on each one of those. So from your 5, just strictly walking straight up from the 4 to the 5. If you come back to that 5 chord. So that's basically it on your basic beginner style blues bass walking licks. I'm going to start up the drum machine again and show you all of those put together. And we're going in G. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we are in C. Back to G. Now, same thing, we're going to do the same deal one more time. We're going to add a couple things. We're going to add the 8 note, or the root note again. Okay, so that's all we're doing. Instead of doing that, we're adding the 8, big stretch with the pinky. And then just doing everything backwards from that. Okay, now what that really does is creates an opening to get from the 1 chord to the 4 chord. Check this out. And go to the G. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there's a few different little flavor things in there you can throw in. So what we did to get from the G to get up to the 4 was the same thing we did before. You go 3 notes behind the note that you're trying to get to. So you're trying to get to that 4, that C, so you go 2, 3, then in this case you're back to an open A string. So you're going to bring it up to that 4. So you're that type of thing. So you can always get in and out of those notes. So once again, different ways to get from one chord to another. Okay? So now what we're going to concentrate on is something, this here's going to be your primary bass walk for most things. If you're doing slow stuff like that, that's what you're going to be doing, is what you just did. One other thing on this one before we scoot ahead, that number 7 that I said was going to be a freaky thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that 7 you'll use every now and then, but probably only if you're way up on the neck. The 7th that you're actually going to use 90% of the time is actually going to be a flatted 7th. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's your normal 7. You're going to flat it. Okay, so now it's going to sound totally wrong, but this is the way you got to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Flatted 7, 8. Which is 1. Okay? Reason being, check this out, that's just the way it is. If you're playing, like, again, in G, okay, you're going to come back and hit that flatted 7th or the 6th. But if you're doing just a regular, another type of a line, walking line like this, or even all those things use that flatted 7th thing. Okay, so the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, your 7 from now on, 9 out of 10 times is going to be that flatted 7th. Okay, so just remember that it's going to come back up again. Okay, for our next little exercise, what we're going to do is a little scale, which is, let me get my drum machine up to where I need it. Okay, and we're going to 110 beats per minute. Okay, now we're using this. Okay, what we're going for is basically this type of stuff. So basically, kill it. Okay. Basically, we're going there. What we're doing is we're skipping the normal thing that you can reach with your hand in the same position. We're actually moving, and we're actually taking our hand for a walk so it doesn't cramp up. Okay. This here is probably where the term walking bass line probably came from. I wouldn't hold it 100% gospel, but it's just like your hand is taking a walk. It's very similar to what you were doing before, okay? But this gets you, number 1, looking cool, which is most important, and number 2, your hand's going somewhere. It gives your hand a chance not to cramp all up. So what we're doing, we're going to go to the key of A this time, okay? And we're going to go to the A, which is on your 5th fret on your low E string with your first finger. Again, we're going to double it with our right hand. And we're sliding it with our ring finger. I don't care where you slide it from. Okay, so that's basically the lick we're looking for. So you're going from the 5th fret, which is your A, we're going up to your 3rd, 1, 2, 3. That note, which is actually C sharp, but we're going to get it here, okay? All the way to the 9th fret on the B string. on the low E string. So you're staying on the dots, you're going up to your 4th dot. So from A, sliding up to it. Now we're going to stay on 7 and 9 as far as the frets go. Okay, we're on 9 on the low E string. Now we're going to go 7th on your A string, 9th. So 9, 7. Okay? So 1, 3, 5, 6, 5, 3, 1. So the same thing we were basically doing before, but we're traveling with it, we're walking with it. Okay? Now there is a variation right here we can do. You can do, which is simply from the 5th fret, same thing, but instead of going to the 7th, we're hammering off, going with your middle finger on the 8th fret and hammering onto the 9th. Middle finger, ring finger. Rest is the same. Which is cool if it's a slow tune, because you get that type of effect. But if you're going fast, that slide up is kind of useful instead of trying to be so precise with the hammer-on. But it's up to you. It's your song. You play it the way you want. Okay? Same thing. We're going to go up to the 8 or the 1. Okay? So we're just going. Okay? Which is going to be on your 7th fret on your D string. That is your G. Now there's a cool lick. We're going to show this one to you. You got to have it. It's such a cool thing to use. Once you get back to the 1 or the 8, whichever we're going to call it, you're in A right now. Okay, once you're there, you're going to be there with your first finger. What we're going to do is, which is going up 3 frets, up to the 10th fret. Slide it down. That's your ring finger. 10, 9, pull off to the 7. So you're only playing it with your right hand, one note. So get used to that. And you can do the same thing on the next string up, your A string. You can throw some vibrato, which is this, but quicker. Okay, that you will develop. That's just moving it up and down. You're not looking for so much of a thing as you are just, it's a technique. It's just something that you will develop. But there's your vibrato. Okay, there's where it gets really cool. You're doing the same thing as you started at on your 1 or your 8. But now so you're going back down to your A, but 3 frets above, which is your C, you know, up here on the, what is it, 8th fret. That's the easiest way to catch it. With your middle finger, and just slide it. And then with your first finger grabbing that A. You're going to use that a lot, I promise you, if you want to be cool, which is the primary factor here, besides learning. So you got... Then we're going to switch to the D, your 4. So your 4 is always going to be straight down from your 1. If your 1 is in A now, your 4 is always going to be straight down. 5 is 2 up. 4 creates a little box, little L shape. Most every single blues song, 60-70% of them are 3 chords. They are 1, 4, and 5 songs, meaning you're 1, 4, 4, back to 1, 4, back to 1, 5, 4, 1, 4 to 5. So we just walk up from 4 to 5. Okay? So again, that one little lick we did. Okay? So enough on that one. It's very cool though. You can use it in all kinds of places. Once again, I will use it and show you how to get to the D, your 4 chord. So what we're going to do is actually, instead of getting finally back to your 1, finally back to that A note, we're going to go right to the D. And start doing that again. So here's your drums. Okay, we're going to start in the A. We're going to use that lick, and we're going to do it in about 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. We got the same lick. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so that's simply all that is. Okay, once again, we're gonna switch all this up just a little bit and go back to the same drum beat. Simple, you're just coming backwards, okay? So, with the lick, that's all you're doing is coming back. Okay, now 9 out of 10 times, you're going to stop there on your 5 of your lick when you're coming back in order to change chords at the right time, which is this. Actually, it's the 3, I'm sorry. So it's on the 3. That's where you're going to stop and change chords. Okay, if it lends itself to it. I'll show it to you here. I'll do the 1, 4, 5. And I'm sorry, again, that stops on the 3. Here we go. And a 1, 2, 3, 4. This time I'm going to switch up to the 4. There's that 3. Here comes a 3. Okay, now there's our exception. When you're coming from the 5, that's all you got time for. Then the 4. Then it depends on if you're going right to the 5. So you got from 5, 4, 1. If you want to be busy and have fun with it. You know, if you're doing a solo or something, that's a great place to put those licks, that kind of thing. So if you got a little bass solo going on, or just for flavor every now and then, don't overdo it, don't overplay. You're there as the rock bottom part of the band. Okay? Now here's where we get into some more fun. we're going to switch up the drum machine again. I wish this thing was easier to use, but we'll get to it. Okay, we're going to kick this sucker into high gear. Okay, we're going up to 120 beats per minute. Here's your drum beat. Okay, I'm going to swap it over to get rid of some cymbals here. Okay. Now what we're going to basically do is the same type of thing we've been doing, but we're going to beef it up. We're going to fly on this thing. A couple examples. Okay, so we're going to get some of those things. You've got different patterns happening this time, and you've got stuff that will actually walk down from a higher note, because you don't always go up. Sometimes you got to climb down the stairs. So from G, you got stuff like that. Okay, so we're going to teach you those and different lines all together. And just a variation on the other lick. Okay, simple enough. We'll start with that one since it's easy. We're going to go back to G just for fun. Okay, so in G. Okay, same thing we've done before. G, up to 3, 5, 6. So you're just going up 1 fret from the 6. 1, 3, 5, 6. 6 sharp. 6, 5, 3. You can even step on the 2 on your way back. Way is just to come. Okay, so and you're just kind of hitting the 2 on your way back. Kind of a pull-off thing, but you're hitting the 2 on the way back. You can either actually hit it or not. Again, open to interpretation. It's music. That's what it's about. Coming up with your own thing. Okay, so that simple lick. In G, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, new way to get to our 4. Okay, what that is strictly what you did before, but you're going all the way up to the 8 or the 1. So 8, flat 7, that's the one I told you you're going to use. Okay, again we're going 3 notes behind where we're getting ready to go to. So open A string and then every fret up to your C. Okay, so again, to make you understand this, we did this. Now we're going up to the 8 or the 1. Okay? So once again, from the part of the G run that goes up to the 8 or the 1. 1, flatted 7, 6, open A. That gets you to it. Show you what we're going to do with our, when we go down to our 4, same thing we were doing before. Back to that. We stop there, now to the D, the 5. Back to this stuff. So now we're just coming back from that G. And then from going up to the 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. That's just another way of getting back from the 5 back to the 1 again. Okay? So once again, I'm going to get the drum machine in, and we're going to add that little lick in to get up to the C. So here we go. In a 1, 2, 3, 4. Going up to the 8. One, 5, 4. Okay. Now we can actually double time this thing to have more fun. Now check this out. There's what we're doing. All that is just a difference in phrasing. Same notes. Exactly the same notes. So like I said, don't stick to what I'm showing you. Take what I'm showing you, make it your own. That other lick there was just an extremely cool lick. So I just threw that in just for fun. I just went going from the 5, 6, 1, or 5, 6, 8, however you want to call it. It's all open to you. Okay, now we're going to go back to another line that I played early. Now this here is going back to old school, and we're going way back. Now this here is when bass was actually first started getting kind of funky. But again, it was all blues, everything was funky. This here is just an octave thing. In G again, just because it's here and it's on the screen. So you're doing the G and then the G with your pinky. G on the low E string on the 3rd fret, G on the D string at the 5th fret with your pinky. If you needed me to walk you through that one, everything again, kind of twice. That flatted 7th. Okay, 5th fret, so that's your D. 5th fret on the A string. 3rd fret on the A string, back to your 1. Okay, now if you want the other one, okay, that little lick is just going back up. C, D as a hammer on your A string. Then I flatten out my ring finger to grab that G note or on the 5th fret on the D string. Now if you do the same thing, drop down to the C or your 4 chord. D. Okay, so you're back to all that stuff again. Okay, now we're going to practice with that one time with the drum machine. Now it's going to boogie along here. And we're going to go in G, a 1, 2, 3. By yourself, a G. Again, G. Here we go to C and C. Back to G, G. Getting ready to go to D. And D. And C. And G. And walk down from 5, 4, 3 to G. And G. Stay there, G. And G, we're going up to the C and C. C, back to G now. Stay there. Going up to D now. And C and G. Back up to D. Okay, kind of a fun one. So you can use that empty space there that I use for the drum machine in any way you want. Go back to it. Play that over top of it, play anything you want over top of it. There's a drum beat. I may give you another one of those just to play with a little later on, just so you have something to play with if you don't have a drum machine or a keyboard around that's going to make those for you. Okay? Now, another thing we're going to do is, as far as coming off of these backward bass lines, okay, you've got, let's go back to the beginning here, going down. Drum machines, fun, fun, fun. Okay, so we're going back to this world. Back to 90 beats per minute. Way, 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 way slow. So we're going back to this. Okay? And what we're going to do is to work out how we're going to get these backward lines. Because like again, I said not everything is forward. Meaning, okay. Okay, so it's basically the same kind of stuff we were doing before, but at times you just don't want to always be going forward. Okay, so just start at the end of it. Okay, even with that one. Start at the 1 up here, or the 8. and maybe not even go all the way back to the 1. It just creates something different to break up things. So during a verse or during a chorus, play 1 one way on the verse, and then play it backwards on the chorus. You know, if it's a song that you've written. Of course, if it's something somebody else has written, you can change it up, make it your own, or just listen to what they're doing. Okay, so basically backwards, it's the same thing. Okay, so instead of doing that thing, just start from the backward thing and only play part of it. Okay, like in G. Okay, so what we're doing there is coming off of basically this lick that we did. Okay, that one. So we're going to start on the G. Okay, that's what we're doing. So on the 5th fret on the D string on your G. Now we're going up to the 8th fret on the A string. 7th fret, 5th fret. Okay, that's it. If you want to go all the way down to G, you can. But for this effect, we're just going to play those notes. That's it. If we're going to C, you can go back down to that and grab the octave on the C. But here's basically all it is. From G, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's basically it. You can add those low notes I did, like the like I said, it's all totally interpretation. It's up to you. Okay, so that's what all this is about. And there's so many other cool things. There are these. Here comes time for the fun stuff. That's your basic stuff. I've got enough time to squeeze in. We still got close to 10 more minutes to go here. Now, we're going to go to these little chords. Okay, these are great at the end of songs. Okay, so in the key of A. Okay, so you're coming off of you've heard these a million times. How do you do them? It's just simply this. You go up to the octave of whatever it is. Do it on the D string, always. Okay? I say this always because it sounds cool on those two strings. On the D string as being your root. So you find the A note. We're from the key of A now. So A, octave, A. We're going to start with your middle finger there. And then your ring, or your index finger, I'm sorry, on the 6th fret on your G string. So you've got, but you just play it with your fingernails. You could add the A. Now the cool thing to do is to go back one fret and slide into it. three ring together if you happen to be ending in a key like the key of A. You go like the A. Okay, so. Okay, now you've got places to go from there if you still want to screw around in that area. Okay, so you've got that chord. Now put your ring finger directly under it. And then add your pinky on the G string all the way up to the 9th fret. So you've got. Right there, I just went all the way up to an A. So you've got your A on your 14th fret of your G string and your 5th below. So it went. So that's getting into guitar players territory, but hey, we're cool, we're bass players, so we can play all that stuff if we want to. You can play all those notes single. Again, another cool lick in case you're. You know, play those type of things up there. Okay, now if you want to do things like that up in the stratosphere, go ahead and do it. Go all the way up to your 12th fret. You're in A. Go up to the 12th fret on your A string, of course. You're in A. Exact same thing you were doing before. That same lick I showed you. It could be very cool up there. Use those things. The whole guitar starts at the 12th fret, starts all over again. Get up there and do that every now and then. So you've got something boring like this, man, it's driving you nuts. You're just sitting there. Now get up there. Yeah, just that kind of thing. So once again, if you're in the key of A, just for fun, here we go. Try this. See, so it's just all fair game, wherever you want to stick it at. Okay? Now again, I'm going to go back up to you like I promised. I'm going to give you some blank space to basically play with. Now we're going up to 120 beats a minute again, which is pretty much honking on. This here's where you're going to get your 12-bar blues stuff, which actually ends up being old rock and roll, but it's actually blues at the same time. Without blues, there would be no rock and roll. So, get rid of that cymbal. Okay, so in any key you want, like in the key of G, for the next couple minutes is yours. So anyway, have fun with this. I'm going to play a few bars for about 2 to 3 minutes and I'll talk you out of here. Okay? So have fun with this. Play along with this drummer. I'll get back down to y'all's level. Anyway, I got to get out of here. We're about out of time anyway. Don't forget to do all that stuff. Do not stick to exactly what I'm saying. Anyway, lights are blinding me, man. Anyway, you guys have fun. Enjoy playing the blues, man. Tons of fun. Like I said, it's open to interpretation. That's what music's all about. Make it your own. Have a great time. Anyway, Scott Grove here once again. Thanks, guys. To look the blues part, man, I should have had my sunglasses on. Anyway, have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.